Capricorn, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. This is an energy reading, so please take it where and how it resonates in your life. It is your message. And if you're not a Capricorn, or you don't know if you have Capricorn placements or not, and this message came on your feed, it is because you need to hear it at this time. This is absolutely your message. And this is where your message begins. So what do those mean? Basically, it means you're on guard because you're just about done with something. You're about to let go or walk away. Or you're starting to become a lot more kind of like qualitative. Your standards are high. Now, Capricorn standards are traditionally very high anyway. But we have this energy of I'm not letting anything through. It could also be that you're at a breaking point where something is so damaged you don't know if it can be repaired. And so now you're just not accepting any more excuses or really open to hearing any more explanations or excuses or anything like that, because you will be walking away soon enough, or you're already thinking of walking away. You're like, this has kind of gotten as bad as I'm going to let it get. I don't want it to get any worse. And so I'm about done and very, very happy to walk away from a current situation. So whatever your current, so that sort of describes the situation that's coming through right now. It does look like you're already planning an escape route, or that this is what you'll be doing now in this energy this week. Like this is what's being suggested. So in other words, it could come across as, like the universe understands what you're going through, or you could take this as a sign of the universe definitely wants you to move on from this. It's like you should be protected. You should be on guard from whatever it is you're dealing with. This has maybe gone on too long, caused you too much pain, caused you too much injury, and it's definitely time. So this is what the advice is. You're being advised to move on, move along, and move forward. So really interesting energy. Sometimes we need to be liberated. It's almost like our moral obligations, our personal obligations, our emotional connections or ties to people keep us really stuck in a certain energy. And so we don't let ourselves, we kind of do that nasty internal talk with ourselves. Oh, you're giving up, or you promised, don't you keep your promises, or don't you think that person deserves better? It's dishonest, or you start to insult yourself, right? Yeah, you start to criticize yourself. Oh, it's dishonest if I leave now, or if it's wrong if I do. Like I said, I had promised. I promised that I would stay, etc., etc., etc. So we kind of get that internal dialogue going in our head, and we start to forget that. And I don't really know where that internal dialogue comes from, because it's really derogatory to who we are. Really what our brain should be doing is saying, yeah, enough is enough. This is a situation where I'm in pain, and I don't want to be in a situation where I'm in pain. This is a situation where I'm always having to defend myself, or I'm always having to dodge bullets. This absolutely, guys, could be a situation, romance, personal, professional, job, a situation where you're just really not being respected, whatever it is. And ultimately, it's like you've kind of taken too much. That's what the Nine of Wands is. The Nine of Wands is, I've done this enough. This has been repeated. I've kind of mastered the ability to block things out. I've had battle scars, right? I'm battle torn, battle worn. And I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done with having to protect myself all the time. I'm done with having to be in a constant, perpetual state of fight or flight. I'm done with that energy, and I'm happy to set it free and let it go. We just had a full moon, so in terms of timing, in this card it demonstrates an eclipse. Now, an eclipse only happens on a new moon. In our next new moon, we're in Taurus season now, would be a new moon in Gemini. So it will bring a lot of surprises, because Gemini energy does bring a lot of surprises, and it could reveal something that you've been thinking about for a long time, but you've been sort of wearing another face with, in public, not because you're faking, but because you're still trying to make something work. But this could be encouraging you to say, well, now it's time to kind of boldly go where I haven't dared to go before. And maybe people don't see me that way, or people don't know me that way, but they're about to, because I'm not about to stay here anymore. So it's that kind of energy. So let's move on and see. Okay, so where do we go from here for Capricorn? I also got the message that this could be a lot more benign, and you could just be finishing up a really tough cycle where you had to dodge a lot of bullets, and it could just be clarifying or confirming that you're about to walk away from that. You're about to walk away. You're kind of done with that constant craziness. You're kind of done with the constant work or overworking yourself, and it's almost like time to like take a break, go on vacation. So where are we headed is what I asked. And you're headed toward work that you believe in, but somehow don't understand how you're going to connect with. This is an energy of you do need more information. This is an energy of maybe you've been working on something, but you haven't spoken about it. So something that you have been building, but not spoken about is coming front and center into your energy in the near future. This implies, because it's Pentacles, this is Pentacles, and that implies that it has to do with work, especially the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles implies you've been working really diligently on something. It's not necessarily something to make you money, but it's something, happy birthday, Big Denny, that will make money. It's something that very clearly means a lot to you and that you do just for the... You do it because you believe in it. So this is something that you really, this is more of a vocation than it is just a job. This is a calling and something that you really believe in. So you're building something out. And 8, of course, it's the energy of prosperity. So things will be flourishing, and they'll be very fertile here. Something that you're building out simply because you won't give up on it. Simply because you're in a place where you really believe in it, but at the same time, I guess you're keeping it hush hush. You don't really want to talk about it yet, or you need more information. So you're building strong upon something, but you also still need to understand more. So this would be an information gathering period. It's like God is calling you to walk away from the stupid, crazy crap and free up time and free up space in your schedule so that you can then get the answers that you need or get the information that you need to move to the next step with what you really actually care about. And you've already been building on it. It's not something brand new. You're not starting out this new cycle. I think it's something that you've already been working on, but clearly you've just been not able to maybe fully focus on because you've been dodging all these other freaking bullets. And it's almost like enough is enough. I got to go full steam into this energy. I've got to go full steam into what I know I can be productive on. And it's like a learning period, learning what you need to know. Let's get the Moon card. I mean, this is productivity is what I feel, what I hear, Capricorn. What about this Moon energy? Interesting. What about this Moon energy? We have adjustments are required. And then we have Gemini. Okay, because I just spoke of the Gemini new moon. Gemini full moon won't come till Virgo season. But we got adjustments are required. So there's definitely... God is saying you need to make space, right? You need to adjust your schedule. You need to fit in the things that you were leaving out, basically because you had to deal with so much BS. So there's definitely choices on your part that you have to make. And internally, since this deals with your emotions, there's just a sense of modulating your emotions and not letting yourself be as scared, for example, or working through that fear and adjusting what kind of how you qualify things, what kind of energy you put onto something. That's kind of what it's talking about. Like your emotions are going to be changing towards something, and the answers you need are coming. Now, like I said, this is full moon in Gemini energy. Full moon in Gemini energy is not new moon in Gemini energy, but it is, a moon in Gemini. It's talking about the answers you need are coming. So in other words, the universe is saying that you're going to have to make adjustments, but you need more information in order to know what the right adjustments are, what adjustments you're going to be making. So, you're working. So let me ask that question then. What adjustments does Capricorn need to make? What adjustments does Capricorn need to make? We'll ask first. And then we'll ask what are the answers that are coming. So what adjustments does Capricorn need to make? I think you're already making them with walking away from that circumstance that's taking so much of your time but getting you nowhere. So that's the adjustment you need to make. But emotionally, like clearly there's emotional connection to that energy as well. So that's what you need to get out of your life, or that's what you need to stop spending time on. That's the adjustment you need to make. So what is the answers you need are coming? What are these answers? So this got something to do with abundance or resources. People, you're going to get supported. So maybe you've been waiting for, I don't know, information on a mortgage, or information on a loan, or a small business loan, or a big business loan, or information on some sort of investment, or it's like you've been waiting for very specific information to be able to move your plan forward. And God is saying that's the answer that you need. And the outcome is going to be very abundant. It's going to be very gracious and generous. This is Taurus energy. There's a lot of abundance here. She's overflowing and ripe. She's got a lot to share. This could be somebody who is a friend of yours. This could be somebody who just believes in you. But there's definitely a sense of celebrating you. I just saw 1111. So you guys got it going on. This sense of somebody is celebrating you, somebody is contributing to you, somebody believes in you. So you're going to get those answers that you need, or hopefully the response that you want. You'll be celebrating that soon enough. Now, the answers you need are coming. Some of you might be waiting on pregnancy. You might be waiting on, do I take this next step? If I'm pregnant, things will change. And so the answer is going to be yes. There's just this energy of fertility when the Empress shows up, and especially when the Three of Cups shows up afterwards. This is celebrating fertility, celebrating reproduction, and things propagating very quickly. So there is this sentiment of you will be celebrating things propagating and flourishing and multiplying themselves. You will be celebrating that. So this could be literal. And if the answers you need are coming, are you were wondering, do I take this next step? Do I go into business what if I'm pregnant? If you were waiting on that, it's going to come back that the answer is yes. If that's not specifically what you're waiting on, the answer is you'll have the resources that you need. You're going to get that kind of support. Maybe you still have to wait on it for a couple of weeks, but it will come back as you're going to get those resources. They're going to be coming into you. So that's something to celebrate, and something honestly in a lot of ways liberating to you as well, I think, because then you'll know you can move on from, we all stay in specific places for our own reasons. And it's not for me to judge why you've stayed, right? But it's a sense of, on some level, you already know you got to get the fuck out of there. So this is the energy of, well, you're going to have enough resources to do so, or you're going to have plenty. You're not to say that a leap of faith isn't necessary at times, but it's basically saying you're not going to need to take a leap of faith. You're going to know that you're supported. You're going to know the resources that are coming in. The information that's coming in is about, at the very least, where to get the resources that you need. But I think more than that, it's going to be that you're going to have the resources that you need. So there's this energy of having choices and having options and not being stuck for any reason, which is why I say it's liberating. Right? That's why. For some of you, we have the Wheel of Fortune. It's just time. And also Wheel of Fortune implies fortune, right? And then we have the Three of Cups as well. Okay. Three of Cups and Wheel of Fortune. You're going to be celebrating something. We have Three of Cups multiple times. This is surrounded by people that you really care about, that really celebrate you and appreciate you. Good news or blessings. This could specifically be a party that you will be going to. And the Wheel of Fortune demonstrates that you'll have enough time. You'll have something to celebrate. And this could even be in some ways a grand opening. It's almost like I just saw that ribbon cutting, So this is a big event for some of you. Whatever's been holding you back or whatever's been tripping you up, these obstacles get removed in the next 2 weeks. I'll take it. Let's go to these. If we're called for these, I gotta get an angel message for you guys. Hold on. Let's see how these messages come into you. Throat chakra. So this is once again Gemini energy, needing to speak or hearing somebody speak could also be an indication of the information that's coming in. Foundation and achievements. That's beautiful. And then throat chakra. It's almost like you're going to finally be able to officialize something and say it out loud. Like you don't have to hold it into yourself anymore. Because you have everything that you need in order to know that what you want or what you've planned is actually going to happen or be executed, or there's a grand opening. So there's actually like something to celebrate and some beautiful news to share. It's like finally being in a place where you feel comfortable enough to say, I'm so happy. Or look what we've done. Look what we've created. So that's calling you to understand, wow, this is just, I mean, I don't know what else to say. Hold on. Let's get your angel message. Life lessons you can barely, what did I say? That's so interesting, these messages that come out. Life lessons. You can break free from reoccurring negative patterns by praying to know the lesson and blessing they contain. So you're getting informed this week about why you've been through what you've been through. It's almost like it's going to go from the subconscious to the conscious. And what that does is it demonstrates that you've understood it, that you've learned it. And the Wheel of Fortune came out multiple times too. And that means the karma around that situation, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down. We're all on a wheel. And you're on an upward swing because you've kind of learned all that you need to learn. Like karma fulfilled in this circumstance. You stayed around. What was the mess? What was the lesson? Maybe the lesson, what was the lesson? Temperance. How to make something work even if it seemed impossible, as well as expansion, keeping your mind open and being more malleable. Calmness and patience, and how much they provide into your life when it comes to allowing you to actually figure stuff out instead of overreacting or going to an extreme or staying stuck. This sense of this calmness and this sense of, if I expand my vision or expand what I know, I'll find the solution. If I'm stuck, it could be just because I'm limited to what I know. But if I expand beyond what I know, then I will get the answers that I need. So temperance temperance is a way of everything working out, even when it seemed impossible. This energy of patience and listening. Let's go to the extended. We'll see where we go from here.